Okay, hopefully you guys can see pretty well, but I have, 3 different jars here. First thing I need you to do is make a data table and, list each type. I have, in this jar, it's just plain Jell-O. In this jar, I have the Jell-O, but I also put a chunk of pineapple in there from a can, so canned pineapple. And same thing here, but I use fresh pineapple on this one. So I have the plain table. I have canned pineapple and fresh pineapple.
It's plain Jell-O.
Plain Jell-O.
Jell-O and then Jell-O with canned pineapple.
Plain and fresh.
Pineapple and Jell-O. Are they solidified?
The plain does not have any fruit in it at all.
Wait, no pineapple.
Oh, it's just plain Jell-O.
Yeah, plain Jell-O. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is to write down your observations about each of them. So here's the plain one. It's what is that word that we use to describe what has happened to this Jell-O? It's not really as solid yet, right? Because it's kind of wiggly. It is, but there's another word.
Gelatin.
Gelatin. It has congealed. Congealed.
How do you spell that?
And then your canned pineapple.
Yeah, no one's gonna answer.
Same kind of thing.
Hello, Courtney.
You guys can see
Hello,
the canned
Kristen.
pineapple kind of at the bottom. Here. Can you see over there? Alright, the last one, and again I put fresh pineapple in this one. I can't really do what I was doing before because it did not, but
Not congealed.
okay, below your data table I would like for you to tell me what my control is and what my independent variable is and what my dependent variable is. J-E-L-L-O. Remember that commercial?
Is it like a little bad? Like down bad O?
Yeah.
It might have been the air conditioner.
So what are you guys thinking? What is my control?
The plain.
The plain Jell-O. Why is that a control?
It has no fruit in it.
There is no fruit in it. It's just the plain old Jell-O. So it's important to see what the Jell-O does when there's nothing else in it, right? What is my independent variable?
The type of pineapple.
Okay, the type of pineapple, whether it was canned or fresh. And my dependent variable?
The Jell-O's reaction.
Jell-O's reaction, so whether or not it congealed. Oh, what are some things that I had to hold constant? I forgot that.
Amount of Jell-O.
The amount of Jell-O. Anything else?
Amount of pineapple.
Type of Jell-O, huh?
Amount of pineapple.
The amount of pineapple. I tried on that anyway.
Do we need to
They're
write
pretty close to us.
constants?
Yeah, go ahead and write a couple constants down. Okay, so now that we have some of the simple things out of the way, who can come up with why we had this particular reaction? Have any of you tried to make Jell-O with fresh fruit before?
Nope.
They always tell you not to. This is why.
Is it that?
why did it not happen in this one? This one.
Doesn't canned stuff have, like, they put something in it so it stays good?
Preservatives. Anything else?
Well, isn't fruit, like, usually has a little bit acidic or something?
Okay, so if you think that the fruit is acidic, what happened?
Then it denatured.
Denatured enzymes. Do you guys know what causes the Jell-O to congeal? What's in it that makes it
Becomes
congeal?
more basic.
Huh?
Becomes more basic.
That's kind of along the same lines of what she was asking or talking
Yeah, that's
about.
exactly it.
Just opposite.
I thought she was right.
Oh.
Oh.
Not yet. Do you guys know what causes the Jell-O to congeal? What's in it that makes it do this? Yeah, gelatin. You're right. I knew you guys knew it. It's just, sometimes I ask a question and I think it has to be harder than it is. But so gelatin. Do you guys know what gelatin is?
Horse hooves.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this, didn't we? But do you know what type of organic molecule it is? It is a protein. Mhm. So gelatin is a protein. So does this one have gelatin?
Yes.
Does this one have gelatin?
Yes.
Does this one have gelatin?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it does.
Not
It's
as
just,
much.
does, but now
it's just
it
not
doesn't.
congealed. It still
What
has
causes it to congeal?
It's
gelatin.
So it's not congealing. Is there gelatin?
Acids in the pineapple.
Yeah, it might just been neutralized or something. I don't know.
So something obviously happened to the gelatin is what you're saying. So it was
Yeah,
there.
it was originally
It
there.
had to have been there because we used the same straight through, right?
Yeah.
So it's not the acids of the pineapple because the canned pineapple is still acidic. But you were on the right track earlier.
Is it the water in the pineapple? Is the canned pineapple have different type of liquid?
I mean slightly. I know fresh fruit you think of it being juicy, so maybe that's why it's liquidy, but it's not why it. I'm waiting for more guesses. It'll get awkward enough that somebody will say something.
No, we can handle awkward situations. I hate awkward situations.
Well, then start saying something. Think through this.
Wait, what was
And
the
again, I told you that she was on the right track when she was talking about this canned pineapple.
What might salt have to do with it?
Kari, can you repeat what you said?
Wait, which
I
part?
don't know.
Oh, parts of it say. Like,
Just-
the enzymes that are in the pineapple, like, cause a reaction with the gelatin.
Okay. What kind of reaction?
Start. What?
Something about fresh
What does the fresh
loading and the canned fruit singly.
Not exactly. But that is a good observation. What is not in here now that was in there before? Gelatin. And you just told me that the fresh pineapple has enzymes. So
It
what did the
takes in
enzyme do?
It takes
Takes
the
away the
gelatin.
gelatin?
The fresh pineapple absorbs the gelatin.
Well,
No.
not exactly absorb, right? It's not absorbing, but what happens when they interact?
Oh,
so
it breaks
this
apart.
is my gelatin,
It breaks apart.
and this is my enzyme. It's going to break apart, right? So by having the enzyme in there, we're breaking down what? The gelatin. Okay, so there's not a reaction here like there is here because the enzymes are breaking down the gelatin. So then that brings us back to this though. Why did it work here with the canned pineapple?
Because canned
Because it has gelatin.
So what does that mean?
It's
Oh, they put that stuff in it.
Has the chemicals in it.
No, it's in the chapter, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. I think it was.
So do you guys know much about the canning process?
Did they boil it first?
They put extra.
Did you guys hear what she just said?
Boil it first.
They have to heat shock it, right?
So they like
Why do they heat
sterilize
shock it?
So they sterilize it so bacteria doesn't get
Very good. To sterilize it to make sure bacteria does not get into it. But what is that heat shock going to do?
Denature the enzymes.
Denature the enzymes. So this pineapple was heat shocked and it destroyed the enzymes. So those enzymes cannot do what to the gelatin?
break
Break apart the
break it.
bonds.
Right? They can't interact anymore because my enzyme that was like this is now like this, right? Does that make sense? So the reason this one congealed, just like the plain, is because there was no enzyme in there to destroy that gelatin. This one, it was fresh, so the enzymes were still there, and they were out to get that gelatin and break it down. Make sense? Okay, so your job now is to write a paragraph about this and make sure that you are, making a statement but supporting that statement with evidence from this experiment.
Oh my god, so